Wolverine is dangerous, and it would be wise not to underestimate him because he gets tricky to compare to people because there's a lot of characters. Wolverine would lose in a bench pressing contest with the characters, right? Against higher end characters, right? Especially the powerhouses of Marvel, DC, or even other universes. His freaking adamantium claws. I've never been the biggest fan of a character that's 500 billion times weaker than certain characters, still able to fatally wound them or cut them because of some indestructible claws. Like, I get they're indestructible, but I do believe if something indestructible was to try to cut something indestructible, you need a certain level of strength for that certain indestructible thing to cut that other indestructible thing, if that makes sense, right? Like, just put this in perspective. Like, even if you give a baby some adamantium, should that baby be able to cut the Hulk? You see what I mean? Like, wouldn't that be goofy? Even though it's indestructible metal, a baby shouldn't have the strength. Like, you're probably thinking, why does that matter? Wolverine's not a baby. Well, in comparison to somebody like the Hulk, Wolverine's strength might as well be the strength of a baby. Because if the Hulk was to arm wrestle the strongest man in the world or something in real life, and then arm wrestle a baby, he wouldn't really know the difference in strength. That's how vast the strength gap is, right? Don't get me wrong, Wolverine does show occasions of super strength. Ripping over elevators, snapping metal chains, consistently showing stuff without necessarily relying on his claws. Could Wolverine lift the planets like the Hulk though? You see what I mean? Like, the gap is vast, but he still can cut them. You see what I mean? But the thing about Wolverine is that you can be leagues upon leagues stronger than him, and none of this freaking matters. I've said this before in my videos, his stabbing kind of ignores durability to the point where, despite him vastly lacking the muscle to realistically be able to stab these beings based on the gap in durability and strength, he can still stab them anyway. That's what makes Wolverine dangerous. Like, just imagine this for a second. If he just jumped in the Invincible universe, nobody knew who he was, and nobody was expecting him to be able to do much. Like, imagine if Thrag just stood here and if Wolverine was in this situation. He could essentially get one shot at it if he just lets Wolverine just do this to him. Despite Wolverine not being able to win in a bench press contest with such characters, like, if this was to be Wolverine's claws, this would have been the end. Wolverine can cut through beings like Gladiator, somebody that has a body that can withstand touching or ripping apart black holes with his bare hands. Like, black holes, his body can withstand. His body can withstand collapsing stars. I mean, his hands can help rip them apart. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff that Wolverine is cutting. Wolverine basically is an anti-strength character, making all your strength useless, because if he cuts you, he cuts you. We're talking about a guy that can cut Thor to your being. Somebody that can be an epicenter of Big Bang levels of impacts, that he can be an epicenter of universe-shaking type of attacks that cross multiple planes of reality. These are the beings Wolverine's piercing, y'all. Could Wolverine shake the universe or cosmos with the weight of his own punches? Probably not, but his claws can pierce beings that can withstand this kind of stuff. So don't act like it's unheard of when people say Wolverine could end a Viltrumite's life. Yes, Wolverine can end Viltrumites' lives. These claws are just that overpowered. Doesn't make the most sense, but these claws are that dangerous in his hands. Now, can Wolverine be knocked out? Yes, it doesn't take the most force to knock him out. Like, if you're strong enough, you can actually knock out Wolverine despite his healing factor and such. So could a Viltrumite knock out Wolverine before he does anything? They have the strength to knock him out with their hits. And another thing you're probably thinking, well, they would never get hit by Wolverine's claws because they would just speed blitz them, right? Because, well, Viltrumite can use their raw speed in combat scenarios. So you're probably thinking, oh, he could just blitz at Wolverine like this, right? I can totally see somebody bringing this up. Like, what if Omni-Man just flew into Wolverine so fast Wolverine can't react and just knocks him out that way? That's probably what you're thinking, right? Well, I would think this would be a guaranteed way to knock him out, or knock out Wolverine at least via KO. But there's a good chance that Wolverine could swipe at him before he has a chance to knock him out as well, because even high-end, super fast characters like Thor in Marvel say he's faster than he thought. Obviously, I'm not trying to say he's as strong as Thor or nothing, but I'm just giving you an idea. Like, beings on this level that he can cut say he's not slow. Obviously, Thor's probably not fighting as hard as he's probably holding back too, but yeah, just something to think about. These fast beings say he's faster than he thought. So him flying at Wolverine like this before Wolverine can do anything is kind of far-fetched. The Marvel quote-unquote street tiers, I really hate that term street tiers. They don't feel like street tiers, but yeah, the quote-unquote street tiers, I like to call them super soldier tiers. Well, some of these characters in this are super soldier tiers, some are higher. You get the point. Like Luke Cage, I feel like he's higher than super soldier tier, obviously. But anyway, the street tiers are faster than you think, and that's who Wolverine constantly has to compete against in fighting speed and reflexes. Beings that have to react in 1/1,000,000th of a second type of being. Like Daredevil, Wolverine can compete against his speed. Fighting speed wise. Wolverine's reacted against speedsters before anyway. Then Wolverine could technically get stronger and faster via Berserker Rage. Wolverine's combat speed is consistently competing with beings like Daredevil. Somebody that can dodge actual lightning. You know, Electro can control electricity. Daredevil can dodge it, literally mid-flight. This is who Wolverine has to box out with. Yes, the super soldier tears in Marvel can react to things way faster than bullets. I know that's hard to fathom, but it's true. Not to mention these claws can hurt top tiers. But could a Viltrumite knock out Wolverine? It's possible. But could Wolverine also kill a Viltrumite and chop him up? Yes, that is also possible. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I personally think if a Viltrumite is smart, just grab something real heavy that he can't lift up and put it on top of Wolverine to where he can't push it off of him and just kind of pin him down. That would be my strat. I do not want to fight this dude in close combat, even if I'm a top tier. Yeah, Marvel has some overpowered metal. It's similar to vibranium. On how we know when it comes to raw muscle, we know Black Panther can't compete with the Hulk, but he still can damage him. He has vibranium, energy weapons, or etc. that can pierce all the way through his chest. You see what I mean? He's treating the Hulk like he's not durable because of his metal, his weapon, not his muscle. It's just his weapons are that overpowered. I know it's hard for you guys to fathom, like characters like Black Panther and Wolverine can cut freaking beings like this. Like, look what he did to Hulk's arm. Like, are you serious? The Viltrumites can definitely be killed if the opportunity arises. They better freaking keep their distance from characters like Wolverine and Black Panthers. Their weapons are kind of scary. So yeah, it's true. Viltrumites can hit hard enough to destroy planets, or their bodies can withstand ramming into a planet hard enough to destroy it. While true, this is very durable. Just because you're this durable doesn't mean Wolverine can't slice you like butter. This post was inspired from something I seen everybody talking about online, so I said, why not? I've been wanting to get into more discussion type stuff on the channel, just never had the time. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you want more videos like this, make sure these videos do great, and I'll see you later.